Did you know there are a lot of extra features on iPads that can help you out in your classroom? There are some great items and settings to help you in the classroom, including some great ways to make modifications for some students. Let's check out how. Did you know there are some extra features you can turn on in your settings that allow you to do things like customize your control center, which gives you the ability to add the screen recording, which by the way is how I'm doing this video right now. You can change some things in the accessibility, such as the ability to turn your zoom on. You can do a magnifier of your iPad. You can have your iPad talk to you or read anything to you using speak selection, or you can use guided access to be able to lock your iPad into only one app. Let's go through these settings and see how easy it is to turn those on. So first of all, I'm going to just pull up my control center by swiping up from the bottom screen. If you look on the right side of my iPad, you can see what is exactly in the control center. That little red beeping or red blinking dot is the screen recording that is turned on right now. That's what's recording my screen. To be able to get some of these features into your control center, I'm going to go back to my settings. I'm going to open up settings. And if we go to the very top of settings, you can tap on control center. And then if you tap the customize controls, you can control what exactly is in that box. And so you can see what I have. I have a timer, camera, screen recording, alarm. I have my notes app quickly accessible there. And I also have my Apple TV remote there. Anything I want to take out, if I just hit the red circle, it will take it out of that box. And again, to access that, I just swipe up from the bottom, and I will see all those things in the control center. So these things right here are what I can turn on or off within the settings and the customized control center. So you won't automatically have that screen recording in here unless you turn it on from this list of more controls. Okay, the next thing that I really like to have people know about is some of the accessibility options. So if I tap the General tab and then go into Accessibility, some things that you can turn on with your iPad. This zoom is a nice feature. With the zoom, if I turn this on, what it does is it gives me the ability to zoom into different things on my iPad. This is great when you're doing a demonstration and you want to be able to zoom very closely on something. And it's all about 3 fingers. So you take 3 fingers to move your screen around, 3 fingers to turn it on, and 3 fingers to turn it off. When I'm not using it though, I like to shut it off because I sometimes accidentally turn it on. So that's just a quick zoom feature. It's great for doing demonstrations where you really want to be able to zoom into something. Another feature that I like to use on my iPad is called the magnifier, and I also use this on my phone, by the way. So when you turn your magnifier on, it actually lets you magnify things just with simply triple clicking your home button. So I'm just going to go back out. I'm going to triple click my home button, and then you can see what it does is it zooms on anything that's on the camera, and you can zoom in closer. This is a great little magnifying glass. I used it when I want to see what a serial number is on the back of an iPad. I can't see that with my own eyes. I also use it on my phone when I need to read a menu in the dark. So when I can't quite read the menu, I can use a magnifying glass. And this again is just a setting you turn on, and then when you triple tap it, when you triple tap, it brings up the magnifying glass. So that's a nice feature. So another feature in settings, we go back out, is the ability to let your iPad read to you. And this is in the speech setting. So again, we are still in General and Accessibility, and I'm going to go into the speech area. And here, when I have speak selection turned on, what this does is this allows my iPad to read anything I highlight. And this can be in any app. So I can go into a Safari app. I can go let's go back into my notes. Let's say I want to read this thing here. So I can just tap, and what you do is you highlight. I'm going to select all, and then once it's selected, the same place. Oops. Let me try that again. I'm going to just select that text part. And the same way I could cut or copy here. Now if I turn speak on.
Hello, how you? Did you know your keyboard has extra options to make some features easier while typing some mixes? Let's explore.
This is a great feature to give students who aren't great readers the ability to have the iPad read to them. You can choose the speaking rate.
Speak selection reads selected content.
Or you can even choose different voices. So there are some different voices to choose from. There is the enhanced ones that you need to download sometimes. There's different accents. But it's just, again, it's a nice way to allow students that might struggle with reading to let the iPad read to them. It's also a great way to hear how a word is said. So even if a student doesn't necessarily struggle too much, they can tap one word and just find out how that word is said. Again, that's accessibility, speech, and then speak selection on. Another nice option is actually called the guided access. And we're going to go down to guided access. It's a little bit lower, still in the general and its accessibility. The guided access is the ability to lock your iPad into just one app. This is a nice option if you have a student that likes to maybe wander a little bit too much, or even if you're just want to keep someone into a test or whatever it is. This is guided access. I do have a separate video that can show you how to do this, so I won't go through the whole process right now. But you just turn it on a student. You actually set the passcode, make sure you remember it, and then when you turn it on, a student is unable to get out of that app until you do the passcode again. So those are just some extra features. Maybe not everybody knows about them, but they are nice features to be aware of anyway. And now you know.